Welcome to another episode of Menace Cycling. I'm CK, your host, and today we're talking about the Specialized S7 S-Works road shoes. Now, I might have said that name backwards, but you get the gist. We're talking about the shoes. So these are what the shoes look like. So you have an idea. You probably, if you're watching this review, you kind of know what you're looking at, what you're looking for. I'm not in the habit of doing disparaging reviews, and I don't want to start to be in that habit at all. I will tell you straight up, I don't like these very much. Now, we're gonna get into that and we're gonna talk about it. I'm not saying that this is a bad shoe. I'm saying that I don't like them very much. And I'll give valid reasons why I don't like them. And if you're like me, you'll be like, oh, I see what he means. This is by no means a bad shoe, solid shoe. But there are just a couple things about it that me personally, I just don't jive with. Let's talk about the fit first and foremost. I wear size 11, so I believe that is 44.5 in the European sizing. It fits my feet decently. I won't say, I play soccer. Soccer is my main sport. I won't say it molds to my feet like a pair of soccer cleats. I think that would be unfair. It doesn't do that. And I don't know if it's designed to do that. This is a cleat that I know I have on at all times. It is constantly there. My head is like, hey, you're wearing shoes. It's saying your shoes are rubbing up against your Achilles. It's rubbing against that bone on the inner part of your foot. I constantly know that I'm wearing these. Now, is that a bad thing? To me, yes, because cycling is supposed to be such a freeing thing that I shouldn't be thinking about my equipment or my gear. With that being said, these shoes aren't bad. They're solid. They're solid shoes. They are comfortable enough when you have the right sock and shoe combination. They feel great when you have, I use the Look pedals. When you have the right pedals on there and you're really cranking down, I can feel why people like them. I can definitely feel the rigidity in the shoe and that 90%, it feels 90% efficient, right? I feel like I'm putting in, and when I'm putting in, I'm getting out. And so I definitely understand its place. I understand its utility. I understand its function. But as far as comfort goes, and if you're doing a long ride, it's just not the boot for me. I have a pair of Exos. I think they're the best cycling cleat ever made. Now, I haven't tried a lot of other cycling cleats, but for me, the Exos have been tremendous. And I'll do a review on that, and I'll have that uploaded as well. But for me, the fit, the main things that really get me are the heel is pretty hard, and I had a lot of issues with my Achilles just rubbing up against it here. On top of that, the shoe itself is pretty rigid on the outsides. And so I don't feel as though I have that great of toe movement. And it's really weird. I have a wide toe box, but my feet are generally narrow. So I did get the insoles that you can get to make it, fit your feet, more accustomed to your feet, because I also have a little bit of arch issues. But what I was noticing is that I have a wide toe box, like I said, and a narrow foot. So I can't really move my toes around, and I don't realize how much I kind of dig in with my toes while I'm pedaling. So I can't really move my toes around, but then there's a lot of extra meat in the shoe for me. My feet wobble around. So I did try to get a smaller size, but the smaller size was a little too small. So maybe these aren't the shoe for me, but I can see how if your feet are perfect, right? If you have foot fetish worthy feet, you'd fit in these really well. I think for me, this is maybe more of a personal thing, but I do want to share my experience with you. So, some people who have feet like me can also kind of commiserate. It just didn't work well for me. Now, do I wear them? Absolutely. I spent $425 on these bitches. I wear them every single time I'm trying to go fast. If I spend the money, I'm using them. But they're uncomfortable to me. I don't like them very much because they're uncomfortable. I don't mind the strapping system. Actually, that's a lie. The BOA system here, the two BOA system, I do feel the pressure on the top parts of my foot, and I don't like it. It works, it keeps it strapped down, but I feel the flat part and the seam running down the middle of my foot, and because when you're cycling, you don't wear very thick socks. It's an abrasion point for me, right? I feel kind of like in here, I feel this pressing down, and it's definitely an abrasion point. I don't like it very much. It is something that I think about. I think about these shoes when I'm riding, and I think that's good enough for me. If that's good enough for anyone to be like, oh, you shouldn't have to think about it. I think about these shoes a lot when I'm riding, and I think about, man, I just can't wait to get off my bike and take these shoes off. So I would definitely keep that in mind if you're thinking about getting them. But I do have odd feet, so I'd also keep that in mind. My feet are, like I said again, very narrow with a decently wide toe box. So if that's how your feet are, I would kind of shy away from these. Now, do they have anything that's, special about them? They're decently light. I will say they are quite light. Decently light's not fair. They are quite light. They are quite durable. I've done a couple of Johnson these, and I haven't seen any tears or any evidence of wear. They look nice. People definitely comment on me. I love this blue color. I don't like blue, but I want it to stand out, and I like this blue color. They feel really solid. They're built incredibly well. But then let's get to some of the parts that aren't so great, right? Apart from all the stuff that I just said, is the cost. It's $475. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of scratch. That's not a simple feat. That's not a little bit of money. $475. I think there are better options out there. I think the Exos are definitely a better option for what I'm looking for in a shoe. For me, what matters in a shoe is comfortability, the feeling like they're nothing, absolutely weightless. And for paramount is my ability to move my toes around. Got to move my toes around. I just got to be free. I want to feel free. And I think for the same kind of money, you're better off getting the Exos. I think the Exos might be $25 more at $500. I'm not sure. I'll double check. But yeah, I definitely think that the Exos for me are a better buy, and I think they'll be a better buy for most people. They're incredibly light. They're more comfortable, and yeah, I prefer them to these. But I'm not gonna. I have knocked these a lot in this review, and I'm not gonna knock them any more than I just knocked them. I will say that I use them because I bought them. Would I buy them again? No. I would buy another pair of Exos. I really want to try some of those new Aries shoes that they had come out and see how they are. Or maybe the vented version of these. Maybe the vented version of these have less material, so they're not as rigid and they feel a little bit better. But yeah, these ones, I just didn't get on with them very well, and they're kind of just stiff and rigid and not super comfortable. And unfortunately, I wish I had a better experience, but I didn't have a great experience, and I'm not gonna be ashamed to say it, but it's still a good product, I think, for what it is. And there are people definitely out there who use them every day and they love them, and I'm just not one of those people. But yeah, thank you for watching this review, and as always, like, comment, and subscribe. If you have anything to say, be gentle. It's my third time. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I catch you in the next one. Thank you.